not go Kennen. He did not look very, very comfy on that pick.
Yeah, both the Kennen and the Rated did good on the Evelyn, but it wasn't like his standard get rolling early kind of style. And I think that really hurt the team. So where are you, Lilac? There you are.
You missed me like 5 or 6 times again.
Your name just doesn't pop. It's got to be like Implosion Star or something.
No.
Lilac is too fair of a name. You're just coming out with all the sound clip memes, aren't you, right now?
That was perfect timing.
I mean, of course, man. I gotta. I got the perfect in case there's a pause, which remember, this is 3-0 esports. There has to be a pause somewhere, guys.
Guys, if either one of the teams pauses for no reason at the beginning of this next game, I'm going to ban that entire team.
You don't get a say in bans.
And then invite you back because it's not my choice.
All right.
So basically a kick.
All right.
If you want to be technical.
We're bringing out an oldie. By an oldie, I mean a newie.
Oh! There's this one video on YouTube with that. It's like awkward pauses between. Like the awkwardly long pauses. I'm gonna look it up.
Hey, thanks for the 1 bit Rated.
Yay!
Hey, that's pretty good.
I love it when like I invite people and they just like don't invite their teams.
Right?
It's like I don't have to invite everybody.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
You're starting to lose me on a few of them.
I'm trying to figure out which ones are good, but yeah.
I would say
got
keep it to a 1 or 2 for good moments.
I've got an app for dropping my phone. Like it screams when I drop my phone.
Oh god, that sounds like a goat scream, or it is nice.
No, it's the scream.
Yeah, that's the goat scream, or it sounds a lot like one of the goat screams.
Wilhelm scream.
Who's Wilhelm? Oh, who's that? It sounds a lot like that goat scream. Oh no, the goat scream is different. Yeah. All right. Casters. All right. So I've got one problem with how well the cooling on my computer works. Is that it makes my room freaking hot.
Or is that just you?
No, it's my room. I actually used to use my I used to live up in Idaho, and in the winter, like the apartment I was in didn't have like good heating. We all had, like the baseboard heatings, which is like really expensive to use.
We are on with game number 3.
We are, woohoo! But yeah, so baseboard heaters are really expensive to use, and so I legitimately, since my room was so small, I just had my computer on all the time, and it was like really good for heating up my room. But yes, the Lissandra band, no surprise there. If you guys want to take over the pick band for just a second, I'm going to go grab a drink.
There's standard bans against the mid laners, and there's the Bard ban. I was waiting for that one. You were waiting for that one, weren't you?
Now it's gonna plan on doing Lissandra. I'm not gonna use it again.
Don't worry. Warwick ban. I'm kind of liking these bans. But there's no Ahri ban, so I'm expecting somebody to pick up an Ahri.
True, unless the final ban is Ahri.
I've got it. Yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Looks like Olympic want to go back to that first game strategy as much as possible.
Oh, and they even banned the Ari.
They
Darn
did. Just No plays it a bit, and so I think their plan is if they can't first pick it, they're just gonna ban it. And hope
Our
that they can
pickup
get
for
a good
Noodle?
matchup.
And there's the Gnar.
Yeah, one thing that Battlecast did really poorly in the first game is they didn't prioritize their
there's a
strong picks.
Thresh. I am loving this draft.
That is Andy's other favorite support. It's the Thresh.
But you're against a Morgana. Zinzao. Jinja. God. Tristana. Pick a Vygar. She can't get out of it.
I'm prepared for a certain pick that I feel like is not going to happen, but it could.
And there we are. This game is on a ticking on a timer.
I mean, both teams have a hyperscale in 80k, eh?
Well, if Kaisa builds AP, that Tristana will not survive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, both
Cyan,
champions do
man.
very well in the late game, so it really depends on what the rest of the team looks like, because Geyser does a lot better against squishies while still also doing really well against tanks, whereas Tristana is just exceptionally well against tanks. Unless she's
Everything.
11-2.
True. What did I miss that the Lux is banned?
Business Trooper, that is Business Trooper's like pocket pick. He has 3 main picks. It's, well, 4. So he's got Morg, Liss, Ari, and Lux are his big picks.
Business Trooper, note to you, get a few more champions in that.
And he always says he has more. We just haven't had to see him play him, because like the one thing that Battlecast is very like good about is like they don't fix what's not broken, right? Business has never been completely banned out like he has been in this game, so we'll have to see what else he can play, and he's definitely going to have to.
You don't need to get like 5 or 6 new champions, just get 1 or 2. There's a Cassie ban.
There's the other one, the Cassiopeia. He does play that as well.
And if they were to let that through, oh dear God.
Biz, you might have the deepest, but I think at the level to which you play your Ari and your Lissandra, the rest of your picks are not near the level of those ones.
Please, business, please.
He's not going to play the Katarina.
Don't. Oh, thank God. Standard tank in the jungle.
Yeah.
Is that a good pick in Dinar?
It's okay. I think that would be for Just Know if they pick that.
Okay.
Because I don't see Copycat playing Jace.
Okay. We'll see right here.
Yep. I really want them to round this out with a tank, because if they don't have a tank, this Kaiser's just going to burn through this entire game.
I mean, even with the tank.
Even with the tank, but like Kaiser's like on hit pop damage is % missing health, so it takes a while for that to really rack up and shred through. Urgot is pretty tanky. Actually, people these days tend to just go Black Cleaver and then straight tank.
Before this last pick is gone through, where do you think Jason and Urgot are going?
Jace mid Urgot.
Okay.
I think Copycat's champion pool does not include Jace. Whereas Just Know plays a lot of different things.
Oh, I was hoping you'd do that.
I don't like Brand. I was waiting for a Garen pick, to be honest.
I was too. But I don't think either of these 2 top laners play Garen,
Thankfully.
thankfully. Spooter, why would he pick Swain? Because Brand is just a noob stomper.
There's your reason why he would. Man, if only Victor was picked. Come on. No.
Is this game just gonna be about noise memes or something?
No.
Oh.
It's not me.
There was a silence, and I took it. Spooter, I kind of in agreement with you on the Jace pick.
Yeah.
I like. Honestly, I don't know what these comps are doing, but I think Vex's team is, or not Vex's, Battlecast. I like Battlecast's team comp better.
Honestly, if I were to say anything, there's a lot of AD, and I mean a lot, which is going to make Thrash's life fine because of his passive, and Skarner's easy. Not up to him if what he wants.
You're cutting in and out over here.
Yeah, you're lagging a little bit, man. I think I got the gist of it. It sounded like you were saying Thresh's passive is going to help him a lot with all the attack damage. And then Skarner as well is going to be doing a lot of work with his shield and his ult. But you cut off mostly around the skirt a bit. So I'm guessing there. The big thing for me is whether Faithful can find the right target. Because he does have the potential of getting shut down really hard by Morg. So it's kind of just going to be a big fight between Faithful and Space Hamster.
Who gets the spell? Does he get the spell shield off? Find out next time.
Huh.
Well, let's see if we actually get loaded in here, Lilac. Let's hope you don't have the issue when loading in.
Yeah, hopefully not. The worst thing would be if he was trying to load in, it disconnected him, and then he couldn't spectate. It would be the worst possible outcome.
Imagine if it swaps and that happens to me.
All right.
I had to say it, didn't I? Bug splat.
That's fantastic. Alright, let's go ahead and get in here. Looks like Olympic might be trying to make a little bit of a level 1 play. Battlecast, though, answering on that top side, but I think we might see Andy get caught out because he is heading down in that direction. It's going to be really rough. He's running in here full speed, but notices him just in time, and he's out. He got really lucky there, too, because the movement speed from that fountain actually cuts off depending on how far into the map you get. Like you'll be full speed, then you'll get to a certain point in the map. Once you pass that river line, I'm pretty sure it just cuts all your movement speed off. And so he was barely able to jump back behind because he still had that movement speed since he hadn't hit the break point on the map.
Andy running too far ahead? What do you mean?
Like I was saying, the movement speed bonus when coming out of the base, it cuts off once you get to past the river line. And so because he didn't pass the river line, he still had it to be able to run outrun Olympic as they were invading.
I was making a joke.
Oh, okay. They do find an invade there. Nice hook from Andy. Gonna land onto the Morg. We'll see if Space Hamster is able to get off the same kind of binding accuracy he did in the first game. Is it outer turret? That's good to know. Rated R though. He's got that level 2 gank coming in with the red buff. Probably going to be forcing out at least a flash. A nice dodge away from Andy. But again, Battlecast not getting an early ward down. They're going to be punished for it.
When will you learn?
Apparently, nobody ever learns. Never ever.
Yeah, honestly, you gotta feel like it, cause you know Tristana, she's gotta clean up the poop deck.
She is a Buccaneer. A little bit more questionable bindings from Space Hamster this game. It might also just be that Andy is really good at dodging, so unsure on that.
Yeah, I just want to say this. Why isn't there a pirate Vigar? So all I have to do is press R.
Oh my god. It's a really good trade down bot side, forcing the heal out of King D. One of the nicer things about Morg into Thresh is, besides the Black Shield, obviously, because you know where Thresh is going to go to try and grab those souls, it gives you a lot of potential for landing bitings. But here comes a bit of a gank. They're not going to be able to land the Flay, but a nice binding does hit on to the Skarner. He's going to be getting engaged on by the Xin Zhao. First blood for him. Now King D with no flash either. Trying to run away. Gets slowed up, though, and is going to fall as well. Masterfire wants another kill. He's going to flash in. Gets stunned underneath, but he does have another rocket jump to get out. And then it's going to be a quick 3-kill advantage for Olympic.
Masterfire is just so, it's just good on the Tristana, and just the focus ability that Radar Love is able to have on the bot lane just to get them ahead, because you know Masterfire can do great things when he gets ahead. So it's just like,
yeah. They are going forward onto this dragon. Radar is straight up just going to die to this. Faithful going to be able to find himself a kill and should be able to secure that dragon as well with the smite. Now Brand has found his way down as well. Going to help them get a kill. King D going to get a return here. Bought the coal because he knows he's really far behind, so he's going to need that to kind of help him catch up.
we got a really close brawl top with Doodle, though.
Yeah. Visit Trooper is doing pretty well on this Brand. It's going to be... A lot of this mid-game is going to be up to him, I think, to be able to get those ult combos off.
Yeah, because here's the thing, Brand, even if he gets behind, which he obviously isn't, he's gonna be
really nice
insanely
hook
good.
there from Annie. Gonna be forcing a lot out, but the binding from Space Hamster lands as well. So traded it back pretty evenly.
Interesting W from King D though. If that hit, Best of Fire would have been for sure dead, even with the binding.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I was a little surprised that Andy used his Flay so soon instead of trying to cancel the Tristana's jump with it. But he probably didn't want him to stick around in that turret range for too long, so...
Yeah, what was I about to talk about? Oh yeah, Brand. How a fed Brand is a monster. An unfed Brand, it can still do stuff.
Yeah, oh my god, this top lane fight. That was... So Urgot's E is a really, really bizarre move. Doodle actually should be able to get himself a kill. One more auto tag, gonna be able to do it. Rated R, though, is here, so Doodle probably just gonna try inting to the tower. He's trying to stall this out as much as possible. That red smite... Yeah. It kept him in combat, so he didn't get the execute. Well, no, because he didn't take damage, so I don't know if that he did. But go ahead back to Brand.
Because his ult's just so good in team fights, because it bounces to the same person and it slows them. Bounce it 3 times, you get that explosive, which will basically proc off all the other ones. Just making it so you just have so much AoE and so much damage on the entire enemy team.
Yeah. I concur. It's definitely a very scary, and it's going to do a really good job of birding through the black shield from Morg, making it really easy for Battlecast to actually get their CC off, because the shield is not going to be able to survive a Brand combo. So really hope we see a QSS from the Tristana at some point.
And Faithful just counter jungling at this moment, knowing that he's able to beat this Zinzao early.
Yeah, the weird thing for me is that Faithful hasn't recalled. He's still sitting on 2,000 gold. He could have gotten Predator Boots by now. He is level 6, but it definitely should try and back right now. He's got that I can hard farm syndrome, which, believe me, as a Zac player, I understand, where you're just like, wow, I can keep going. But it's like, at some point, you shouldn't keep going. Because he could...
He's probably going to back now.
No, he's heading to his blue. he wants to keep going, right? Like, and it's really rough, because he is 6 now, right? So this is when you want to be getting ganks off as Skarner. But he doesn't have boots for Predator or any of that, so he actually can't even get any good ganks off if he chooses. But securing the rest of the farm. Should be back in after this blue buff. Should. If he doesn't, I don't know what's going on anymore. I definitely like the early Gnar pickup that Battlecast had for themselves in the pick ban. It is one of Doodle's better picks this split. Performed on it pretty decently as they're looking for a bit of an all-in. There's no black shield coming out from Morgana, so that's a huge amount of burst damage. The Killer Instinct's out as well. Going to be trying to catch Space Hamster. The Soul Shackles is going to land, which is going to save his life, but really good play there from the Battlecast crew.
Yeah. Honestly, that aggro, I honestly expected Faithful to go in there, but they realized the Belt Shield was down. They just went for it, and they got a pretty good reward from it. And now he's back.
Yeah. The great hard farming Skarner. And a bit of an all-in from Business Trooper. Has the mana advantage. Lots of damage coming out from him. I think that's going to be enough to get the kill, and putting Just No on his platter.
Yeah, from that one back, the Skarner got his boots, Cinderhulk, and a Sapphire Crystal. And 2 control wards. Yeah.
He hard farmed. He got 67 CS before he recalled. And he's a little lucky that the rest of his team is holding their own and able to do a lot without him right now. Again, I feel like not having that Predator boots by the time he hit 6 is a big mistake, but Doodle again going for an engage on a copycat, forcing the flash out.
He's just inserting his dominance here in this lane. Just showing off. Just showing what he can do.
Yeah. And going back to form of old, I mean, Doodle was pretty much the best top laner last split. He didn't win top lane MVP, but the guy that didn't really go very far. So I would say Doodle was probably the best top laner last season. Struggled a lot, but trying to find his form, and on picks like these Nars and whatever it was he played last game, the Poppy.
Yeah, and as you saw, bot Morgana spell shielded the rupture.
Oh, the Impale?
Yeah, the impale. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. But Rated R trying to make a play on the dragon, doesn't secure it. They do find a kill though. There's no Brand trying to get damage off onto Rated R as well. Made sure to not step outside of that ult range. Now Copycat is in. Did land the Fury on Death, but not going to be able to find the kill from it as he used it onto a full health target. So a 1-for-1, but a dragon, a second Infernal, and a third one is going to be spawning in about 5 minutes or so. So Battlecast, you talked about how they're going to be scary late game. They are now how much stronger? Just innately off of that 16% stronger off their scaling.
Yeah, and I just want to point this out. The past 2 games you didn't see any mountains or any earth. Now we see triple Infernal.
That's all we see. And just know, kiting away pretty well. Does get hit by that last boomerang, though. I'm not going to be surprised if Doodle picks up that kill. The Hyperproc coming in strong. So they're able to find themselves another kill onto Just Know. Not having a very good set for himself right now. Again, coming into the set, touted as the best mid lane in the league. And Business Trooper, one of the others in talks for that. Definitely making it look like maybe those votes should be changing. Doodle, though, going to get a good engage off onto Copycat. Good damage from him. So much work onto this Urgot.
Yeah, and honestly, it looked good early game for Olympic, but they're just not. Apparently, they're not able to capitalize on that advantage they had. Like, Master Fire's not really doing that much in this lane.
Yeah. Yeah, you would hope with a 3-for-0 bot lane play really early on, it would go a little bit better. They're trying to find a pickoff here. The Space Hamster, his shield's going to be burned down already. The Impale is going to be out. Probably could have found the kill without it, but securing it. Nothing wrong there.
Yeah, and this is a lane where it's known as a hard counter for Thresh, but
Yeah, I think having the Kaizo with the Thresh, again, Kaizo doing a significant amount of magic damage from her passive, is able to burn through that Black Shield very quickly, allowing the Thresh to be able to get his CC off. Also, the box, if used early, is going to break that Black Shield instantly, and then you can get your primary spells like the hook off. So, lots of potential here, and they're going to get rewarded for it.
for sure, and they're just able to get these picks, which is making this Kaisa get very, very scary, especially with the Infernals. Like you said, that's an even bigger increase in their scaling. They're just going to be doing more and more damage, where, honestly, I feel like the only way Olympic could have won if they got the early lead, which they don't have.
Yeah, and it's not like there's a lack of scaling already for Battlecast. Every member of this team does damage. I mean, granted, the Skarner really doesn't build it a whole lot, so maybe he doesn't benefit a whole lot from the Infernal, but Gnar, Brand, Kai'Sa, these are all champions that are going to do extremely well there. Rated R is going to find his way into the mid lane, get himself a kill for Just Know, but tries calling in that Herald immediately, actually gets brought under the tower, and almost looking like he's going to fall down here to slash Andy solo, but he's going to get the flash in, not going to find anything, as now Skarner's trying to join the fray. I don't know if Rated meant to call in that Rift Herald there.
I really like that Thresh skin.
It's a really good Thresh skin. I quite enjoy it as well. They are going to see Battlecast picking up a tower for themselves. First one of the game going solo over to King D. He's already got his Storm Razor sitting on another 1800. Do you know anything about Brand?
I know quite a bit about Brand.
Is Comet or Airy standard on Brand?
It's usually Comet.
Okay.
Because then you get your W stun off. Because about Brand, it's about combos. And with the succession of your stun, it's just, they can't dodge it.
That's fair. I guess my thought is most of the poison champions go airy because it'll, or like dot champions like Teemo and Singe and stuff, they go airy to, oh, Space Hamster used his shield just a little bit early onto Master Fire before the Impale even came out, so he's going to get caught up by a lot of CC. Probably a kill going over to Business Trooper. As Nar also managed to find a kill in the 1v2. Might be able to get another one, but the shutdown does go over to Copycat. He actually could have kept running. If he just ran back before through that boomerang, he probably would have found that 1v2 double kill. Why not go Chad Keystone Electrocute? But yeah, no, back to it again. Most of the dot damage champions like Singed and Teemo go like Airy, which is why I was wondering, because I know since Airy's damage output is based on travel time, if you're in range of the person, like a decent range, Airy doesn't have to travel very far, so you might be able to proc it once or twice off of just one single hit. And it would be pretty decent. But if I know I normally see Comet, I was just wondering why, but that does make sense. The good combo potential. Third Infernal. What's next? Ocean. Okay, that's actually pretty good because they've got there's a Jace on the enemy team that they have to fight against Poke, so Ocean's gonna help them out a lot too.
Yeah, like at this point, I would just say if I was Olympic, just farm. You can't fight them. They have triple Infernal.
Yeah.
And they're so fed.
Yeah, it's only 3,000 gold, so it doesn't feel like a whole lot, but they're already sitting on 24% increased, AD and APs. So all these items they've got are just that much more effective. Doodle, honestly, you just 1v2'd this earlier. I don't know why you don't go for it again. He is waiting for his ult possibly, but he should be falling down to that Fear Beyond Death. This Copycat's gonna pick up a killing spree for himself.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to really mean too much. There's Predator coming in from Skarner.
Yeah, looks like he wants to find something. Just running into a binding, though. Needs to be careful. Here is the disdain from the Urgot. He's going to get caught up and die, though. Definitely overstepped his boundary. But here's the Brand ult, not the Bard ult. Just helping the team disengage.
Yeah, Fox just going a little too greedy for a play there, and just getting absolutely punished for it. Well done on Copycat for stopping him from grabbing the lantern with the disdain.
Yeah.
Overall, though, not very surprising builds from either side. Just pretty standard.
Yeah, Olympic going for a super early Baron again. This is how they threw last game.
Yeah, meanwhile, in the bot lane, King D had to use Flash and Heal to get away from Justino.
Yeah, he did take a big shock blast to the face. He did trade it for Jace's Flash, though.
Yeah, which is good. Gusto should be able to get this tower here. Yep, first tower of the game for Olympic, but 3 towers already on the side of Belcast. Just
Yeah. Doodle, though, is going to be in a little bit of a fight against that Urgot. The spellbook coming in pretty strong for him now. The Fury on Death hit that item breakpoint where he's just able to catch Doodle going a little bit too aggressive. He's slowly been finding kills for himself, so...
straight turning him into that good old-fashioned ground beef.
I was about to say, that seems kind of ground beefy to me. Rated R is going to find his way onto Business Trooper. Lots of damage coming out here, but no Black Shield to save from the Impale. So he's going to go down now. Master Fire's in as well, trying to get something done. The Explosive Charge hasn't found the kill yet, but now it does. Now King D is here with just a 1-for-1 around this pit. Should be enough to... should be enough to force them back.
Tristana getting these kills is really good for them, but Kaisa just got the evolution. I don't know on what ability.
Yeah. And Slash Andy gonna be falling down as Justo was able to find the snipe.
This is what they need to do. They need to get the picks, and then they need to take advantage of the picks and the mistakes.
For sure.
And about to see down this mid lane turret without a doubt.
Yeah, and they've gotten to a decent point because there is no real tank threat from Battlecast. I was saying earlier that pretty much everyone can use these Infernals really well, but it also just means with no real tank, just know he's going to really be able to hurt people with these Shock Blasts. And as well with Copycat just slowly starting to find his way into this game. Doing good work there. Doodle should start winning that 1v1 again once he hits the Blade of the Ruin King or so. But until then, does need to be playing careful around the Urgot.
Speaking of the Urgot, he may be getting picked off here.
Yeah, trying to get a kill onto Just Know, but he's going to fall down. Now Copycat in the top side is 1v4. I was supposed to say 1v3, but what do you know? There's a Kaiser there as well. They find that kill, and with 2 people bot, looking like they might want to try and head towards Baron. Radar is in a little bit of trouble. Andy, though, doesn't have Flash, but might still be able to weave a hook. The Flash in from Faithful, though, is going to get countered by a Black Shield. And they're straight on to the Baron.
They have a lot of damage with Brand and Kaisa, especially. Just look how fast the Baron's moving.
Yeah, it's a lot of percent health damage, right? Like, super easy. They've got the Infernal as well. Now, Rated R getting pulled in, but a flash from Space Hamster. Boo, nice Soul Shackles. Gonna be burning a lot of sums as well, but here comes the Brand. Oh, there goes Master Fire as he tries to go aggressive. This is not that calculated play we saw in Game 1. Just Know also gonna be falling down here as well, and a triple kill for King D. Playing out of his mind once again. Baron in hand. Battlecast just broke open this game.
It was looking decently even. They just showed, in reality, it is not, because just Brand, Kaisa, they got the Baron, immediately melted everyone else around him.
Yeah. And this is the scary part. We aren't seeing that AP Kaiser, but she still does a lot of damage when she's going crit.
Yeah, that's just Kaisa.
And there is a Windrick coming up after that Ocean.
Full dragon control. Radar Love not performing well this game at all.
He hasn't really been performing since the first game. He's a very champion-specific player, I feel. When he gets on his Pantheon and his Nocturne, and even his Sejuani was pretty decent. But basically, those champions that can just engage on you from a mile away when you have no expectations of it. Those are the kind of champions that he really performs on. Doodle's going to be in a lot of trouble. The Audacious Charge is going to be slowing it up. They're trying to get forward, but they're not going to get there with that Righteous Glory. Still might be able to find the kill as he goes Mega just in time to suppress under the tower. Means Radar R Love's going to fall down. Fear Beyond Death does find Doodle. Now they're looking for more of a fight. Disdain is here. He doesn't have ult, though, if he wants to burn anyone down. And the Brandle in the corridor is going to be doing a lot of chunk damage. Just now off on the sideline, trying to survive. But Killer Instincts in from Kai'Sa goes legendary. No more CC to follow up. Means they're just going to turn and probably try and get a push off with this Baron.
I honestly, this is where Brand shines. You're very close with your team. You're in a tight corner, and just he's able to bounce with his ult, and just everyone gets low, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah, and that is just way too much damage from King D. Walks up, says, you're dead. And what do you know? Tristana is dead. Rated R. A little iffy, but yeah. King D is playing phenomenally well right now.
Yeah, I agree. He's making us think about him this time around for that MVP. He's trying to be like, you guys didn't pick me last game. I'm show you why you should have picked.
Indeed. I'll have to pull it up. Last night I was counting MVP votes, at least like player of the game votes, because I'm putting those towards MVP of the split. Right, each vote is going to be worth 2 points towards MVP of the split. And if I remember correctly, King D is one of the leaders in that regard, sitting on 5 already. The highest anybody has is 5. And I believe that is actually King D and Rated R Love are the 2 players with the most MVP of the game votes this season. So both teams really want this win.
Both players really want MVP.
Both players really want MVP. Because it goes a long way towards helping them get that MVP of the split. King D missed out a little bit last season on it, but having a much better season this time, playing phenomenally well the whole time. Trying to make a statement for himself. They're having a little bit of trouble finding stuff without the Baron, but good damage from Doodle. I'm honestly surprised that he's not split pushing either, because he's gone for the full split push build with the Blade of the Ruined King. So this is typically when you see him outside of there, but a really good flash in onto Master Fire. Catches Space Amsterdam not watching, as now they're going to be able to go for the rest of the fight. A nice Gnar into the turret means Copycat's going to get caught up here, not going to be able to find any kills with Fear Beyond Death either, and that's going to be a tower going down, setting up Battlecast to maybe siege into this base. Right now, Faithful on the front line, trying to get the stun off onto Just Know. He's going to fall down here now, going towards Space Hamster, possibly Radar R Love. The Soul Shackle is going to be slowing their advance. King D frontlining just as much as Kiora here. See what
they may actually be able to end the game here.
Yeah, they're strangely going for towers instead, because they did have a wave coming up, whereas in this mid lane tower they don't. So taking a little bit more of a slow, calculated play than trying to end. Which I definitely think they could have ended there. Should at least get a second answer for themselves. They need to be careful because Urgot is up. They're gonna be waltzing on out of there. Wow, what is this build from King D? He went Zanya's and GA? That's really interesting. I mean, there is a lot of armor, like you were saying earlier. Rated, though, goes in and gets killed immediately. And Pale is about to be back up for the Skarner as well, as a nice hook is going to land onto Copycat, condemning him to death. Now they're going to look to push up, possibly for a third inhibitor pretty soon. Doodle does have flash and ult. If he can find his way in, looks like he's going to try and do it. Swings them the wrong direction, though. That's a bit of a shame. Now Faithful Fox in with the Predator, going to be able to get the Impale off onto the Jace as well. He's going to be falling down now. Space Hamster with the flash in, and the Soul Shackles going to be disengaging the whole team, trying to save him up. Did a pretty good job there. That might have been a, for the time being, game-saving play. They're still pushing, though, so I don't think it will actually do a whole lot. But here's a TP from Doodle, just recalled. He's going to be full health coming in here. Space Hamster's going to be falling down as well. I just don't see a way that Battlecast lose this at this point. They're pushing up, and Masterfire are going to try and jump in onto Doodle, but actually going to lose the fight. Now Rated, he's up as well, but is also not going to save him. And that is going to be Battlecast finding the game potentially as Copycat's respawning. The Disdain is on. Gets that Fear Beyond Death for the Fear. And now they're going to be doing a lot of work onto him as he just can't quite survive all this CC power coming out. Jace is up in a second, but it doesn't matter. Battlecast find game 3, 31 minutes in. Going to get that turnaround set.
Really well played. They struggled in the first game, but then they found their footing. Just started destroying in the second game, and then in this game, King D just completely taking control of that game. I honestly think King D gets the MVP in that game and over the set purely because he did really well in the Jin game and showed how well he did in this Kaisa game as well.
Yeah, he did really freaking well here. The Jin was really solid as well. I think I agree. I think King D for game is set. My kind of backup would be Andy. I think Andy on the Bard and on the Thresh really showed up. Had phenomenal KP and just in general did a lot of work. So that's kudos to Andy. But yeah, King D definitely, I think, deserves that MVP vote. Go ahead and take a quick look at the numbers. Surprisingly, only 20,000 damage, but just always fighting off the kills when he needs them. And yeah, I'll see if he wants in here. And let's see if I can find that. All right, King D's gonna be coming in. And hello, King D.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just casting a set, you know.
Casting a set. Good set, though, right?
I just realized I muted my mic.
Yes, you did. I was just like, where did Lilac go? Welcome back, Lilac. But also, welcome back, King D. I don't know when the last time we had you on here, but it doesn't feel like a whole long ago.
No, you know, it was on Vex though. I didn't get anything on Battlecast because Business Trooper and Ezio are just so raw. You know what I mean?
True. That's probably why you probably poisoned Ezio. That way you could win an MVP.
Well, you know, he did it for the squad. He took one for the team. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you are actually now the player with the single most MVP votes, MVP of the game votes, by the way.
Huh.
You are sitting at 6. The next person in line is Copycat at 5. Or not Copycat, Rated R Love at 5. So.
Yeah, Rated R Love.
Oh, and
Good
Nizumi
player.
has 5 as well.
Nizumi, also good player.
Right. You three have the most votes for player of the games, and those do count towards MVP of the split, which voting will be released tomorrow. I mean, how are you feeling about that? Your chances at maybe making it onto the top 80 carries or even MVP for the entire league?
It'd be really cool. I mean, I missed like a set or two, but definitely feel like I've put up some really good numbers this split. So if anyone wants to vote for me, please do. I'd greatly appreciate it.
A little bit of a shameful plug there. Hashtag vote King D. Well, phenomenal game. Game 1 was a bit rough. The Pantheon slipped through. I think that's mostly what happened. Tell me about that a little.
Yeah, basically, I was up until like 4 hours before the game started, and Andy was too, and so our brains were not working, and all of a sudden Pantheon came into my lane at level 2, and like, I didn't know what to do, and I pressed a bunch of buttons, and then
It didn't work.
yeah, that whole game was just bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Bad.
It was pretty rough. It was very Olympic though. Game 2 went a lot better for you guys. a lot off the back of what Business Trooper was able to do on that Ari. Doodle had a pop-off game as well. And Andy on the Bard was phenomenal. Again, that was, as I was saying, watching the pick ban, it's like, I really like this, right? If Bard doesn't get banned, then just have Andy play that instead of jungle. And if he does get banned, maybe Andy still would have played jungle. I don't know what the plan was going in, but I assume that's what it was. And then you guys were able to find good picks for Faithful. Simple picks there. I think I like Faithful jungle a little bit more than Andy jungle personally. No flame.
Yeah, I don't know. Faithful's Warwick was giving me really bad flashbacks, so I don't really. I don't know if we can really talk about that one like on stream, to be honest with you.
Well, if I was to add a Bitcoin of the split vote to this, all-star voting tomorrow, I think Faithful might win the Bitcoin of the split. So I actually think I need to make that that actually needs to be a new award, just Bitcoin of the split. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
A lot of people don't know.
If nobody understands it, then that's fine. They'll just vote for someone random. Or I'll just only give like 2 options. I'll only put up anybody that's played Warwick, which at this point is really just Faithful and Bliss.
Oh man. Well, hopefully Bliss doesn't win Bitcoin.
Bitcoin of the split,
because Bliss is actually a good player. No blame.
Oh my god.
Could put the most disappointed of the split and put me in there.
All right. But I mean, how are you guys feeling going into playoffs? I think you still have a chance at getting second seed. It really doesn't matter for you because you're gonna get the same side of the bracket no matter what. So it really comes down to, do you want the week off or do you want the extra practice?
I would love the week off personally. But so yeah, quick shout out to my boy Kiora. I believe in you. Put in work today or tomorrow, whenever you guys play.
They play tomorrow against, I think, Rockport.
Yeah.
All right, Kiora, do you, boo boo, and
Stop frontlining.
yeah, stop. Don't frontline. Don't frontline. And yeah, I mean, we definitely want the second seed because we had the third seed last split, and we don't know how that turned out. So
To be fair, that was also Vex.
yeah, but like
We know how Vex turned out in general.
But yeah, so I mean, we're probably looking at DOV, right, as the 6th seed.
Goo can still make it.
Well, either way,
It's between
I mean,
Goo and DOV, yeah.
we've had good games against both of those teams, so I'm really not worried about the first round if we don't get the bye.
Yeah, actually, Galaxy can still make it as well. If Galaxy win versus Rockport, they have a really good shot at making it. So, yeah, it's hard to say who's gonna make it.
Yeah, I would think out of the 3, Galaxy is like the toughest opponent, personally, like
Okay.
that I've played against. But if Clovers is playing, DOV has a win condition, obviously. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, as far as I know, Clovers is once again subbed themselves out.
Yeah, well, that's good for us then.
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually really interesting. This week it somehow managed to be the top 4 seeds versus the bottom 4 seeds. No one in the top half has to play each other, no one in the bottom half has to play each other. So it's literally just how well can the underdogs beat the upper dogs this week.
Well, I believe in Galaxy.
Well, no, I'll put that in the general chat. I'll be like, King D thinks you're gonna lose. I'm kidding. But yeah.
That's toxic.
When am I not toxic? But
This is also true.
thanks for coming around, King D. Congrats on the 2-1. You guys definitely did pretty well, and your fate is no longer in your hands. Everything is up to other people, so I'm sure you'll be watching tomorrow with a gleeful face.
Hey, King
Absolutely.
D. Both those games, dude.
I think you cut off, Maniac.
Damn it.
That's pretty good.
Oh, there you go.
There you
Thanks, buddy. All right, guys, have a good one. Vote for me for MVP.
go.
All right, get out of here, King D. All right, guys. Well, that was a pretty fun set. We've got another one in a measly 20 minutes, so make sure to come back and watch for that. I'm not really sure who else is going to be casting. Probably Maniac, maybe Lilac if he wants to. We'll see. But yeah, we'll be back in about 15 or 20 as the next set gets started. So yeah, until then, see you later.